Welcome to the unspoken truth. Well, I say unspoken truth. Oh Lord, I'm already starting this off wrong. I already know, my mind ain't in the right place. Welcome to Bucs World, everybody. Uh, everybody, we are here. We are here. We got a trio here again. You know what I'm saying? We got me. We got my dog to the right of me. You ain't got a name?
Your mic muted, Hemp.
Yeah. I'm about to say I don't hear you.
Today ain't that kind of day.
All right. And we also got my dog, you know what I'm saying, right here.
Look, you know it, man. He speak for himself, man. I'm sorry,
Hey
man.
man. Hey man. So we in here, man. We already got people talking about LFG up in here. Then we already got another person talking about what happened to the Bucks. Well, if
That's what
y'all
we're gonna talk about today. What happened
would,
to the Bucks?
well, let's go ahead and get into it, man. We lost 36-27. Um, I
Wait, just
told
hold on. Spoke just for the record. Did y'all would hold on? What they had 37. What was my prediction at first?
I don't know.
Wasn't it like 42-35? So I was off about like maybe a touchdown.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, they definitely surpassed me. I said the Saints was gonna score 20. I
Hey,
gave them 3 touchdowns, but
yeah, it is what it is. The Bucks end up losing, man. They 6-2. And the Saints girls are 5-2. I'm gonna just go ahead and say this, man. Jameis Winston was out. I'm gonna start off with Jameis. Jameis Winston was out, and I told y'all last week. I said Devin White was gonna be all over that man. And first off, we gotta say that was a BS call that they tried. They ended up calling a horse collar when it wasn't a horse collar. He pulled him by the shoulder pad. Even the play with William Golston when his helmet was clearly punched off by the lineman or by the tackle, whoever he got punched off by, and he ended up getting called for a roughing the pass. So that was a BS call. But overall, did we lose the game? I guess so. I feel like we had a lot of self-inflicted penalties, and also Tom Brady lost us the game. We're gonna go ahead and just call it what it is. Tom Brady lost us the game. He made some mistakes that he wasn't supposed to make, and Jameis ended up, before he left the game with a torn whatever he tore. Um, he was doing his thing, and for the time that he was in the game, he couldn't actually be stopped for real. He couldn't be stopped. He was scrambling out the quarter, out the pocket, being who Jameis was, and he ended up going for broke. And Sean Payton allowed him to beat Jameis by throwing it to the corner touchdown. So without no further ado, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and take over. I could get into the stats, but Leonard Fournette, he got swallowed up. He ain't do nothing. We did get a touchdown by Mike Evans. Thank God, Mike Evans finally got one over Lattimore after a while. But besides Chris Godwin, 8 for 140, ain't nobody really do good except for him and Jordan Whitehead on the defensive ball. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and go, man. Because I'm a little disgusted right now. We lost. I'm not mad, but go ahead and what you thinking, Beham?
well, I'm gonna start with the good first.
Oh,
You
oh,
always
oh, oh, one last thing. One last thing. I got to squeeze this in there. One last thing. And I did put this as my prediction. The Saints was one of the predictions that I said that we are going to lose one of the games. I said it was either going to be to the Patriots or to the Saints. I felt like we are going to lose one game to the Saints, and we ended up losing it. So go.
yeah. So let me start off with the good. The good thing is going into a bye week, the Bucks are 6-2. Last year we were 7-5 going into the bye. Last year we went into a bye looking like, okay, this ain't the Bucks team we predicted. This year, still top of the division. Uh, going into the bye, so that's the good news. The bad part, what you just said, you thought the Bucks were gonna be this to lose to the Saints. I thought this would be the turn of the leaf simply because you had a turning of the leaf, so to speak, turning of the page in New Orleans. Drew Brees gone, Jameis Winston taking over. Just a brand new, shifted offense. Michael Thomas wants nothing to do with New Orleans. He's not playing. You got all this stuff to happen in New Orleans, and it was just a ripening for the Bucks to kind of get first place and run with it. But the Bucs gonna do what the Bucs gonna do, which is what we continuously see, and that's beat themselves. The two things for me, the reason why the Bucs lost, I saw somebody that said the Saints defense. I don't really think the Saints defense even did anything different to beat the Bucs. The Bucs beat themselves yesterday, and that's just point blank period. When you have almost 100 yards in penalties compared to 10 yards for the Saints, so the Bucs, I'm looking at 11 penalties, 99 yards. The Saints, 2 penalties for 10 yards. You're not winning a game when you have almost 100 penalty yardages, and those penalties came in key moments on both sides of the ball. Ryan Jensen had a holding penalty when the Bucs got a first down. Antoine Winfield gets the INT that would have switched the handover, change of the ball. We get called for that. It was a bogus call, but nonetheless went down. That took the interception off the board, and the Saints scored points the very next play. So you're not going to beat a team with that. And then, like JB, you just mentioned, I mean, Tom Brady is the GOAT, but Tom Brady played terrible yesterday. I mean, his numbers, passing yardages were up there because the Bucs had to pass, but those 3 turnovers were all his. I mean, he took the responsibility. If you watch and listen to his presser yesterday, he took the blame. The fumble, 2 picks was all on his. And tell your team to play with discipline. I mean, maybe this is your first time watching this, but we've been preaching these penalties since last season. The Bucs have had a penalty problem since last season, and it was disguised in the latter part of the season because the Bucs were winning, so the penalties didn't really beat them. But just like the penalties beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, the penalties beat the Bucs yesterday. And again, it wasn't nothing new. I think Mike Evans, towards you saw that third quarter, he got one over Marshawn Lattimore. Marshawn Lattimore didn't really do anything different. I wouldn't say, again, that the Saints defense did nothing different to me. What happened is you cannot deny that the Bucs were missing 2 key pieces on that defense. Now, Sean Murphy-Bunting, Carlton Davis may not be all-star Pro Bowlers in the NFL, but they're definitely better corners than what the Bucs have right now. And so when you look at that drive, and it was traditional Bucs football for me, JB, a couple years ago, Bucs would have the lead. Other team has time with the ball left. We used to be like, yep, we're going to lose this game because the defense can't stop nobody. And that's exactly how I felt yesterday. When Tom Brady threw that bomb, we went up. I'm like, bro, it's a lot of time left. And our defense, through the air, we're going to lose. And we talked about this mid-game yesterday. I said, if I'm the Saints, I'm not changing my game plan. You throw it under the cut, and you run it, and that's you're gonna beat the Bucs.
What if they had a bad offensive line? Explain why they so dang on sorry now.
What the O-line?
Because they changed the whole line. They changed the whole O-line now. They changed the whole O-line for the regular season, and they still sorry. So what's your excuse now? So it can't be the O-line, bro. So I'm gonna let you keep on going.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with no interceptions either. So
yeah, so I again, it was an embarrassment, and I talked to you yesterday, Jay. I hate losing to the Saints because then they, I said we're gonna keep it PG today. They get in their locker room and start acting like they won this, and this is every time, and it pisses me off. And that's why I don't know how any team in the NFL we can lose to. It could have been the 0-8 Lions that we lost to. I would have been like, you know what, we lost. But the Saints, like, it just rubs different. Then you see Jameis on his crutches, hobbling through the locker room, and then it's just, and that to me screams immaturity because then you go read. I don't know if y'all saw Jenna Lane, ESPN. She tweeted out her one-on-one conversation with Devin White after Jameis got hurt. She talked to Devin White about the injury, and Devin White was just pretty much saying, Jameis is still a friend with them. Like, he still reaches out to them when the Bucs won the Super Bowl. Like, he was one of the first to call and say he wished it could have been them together and stuff. So it's like you have this, I wish it could have been me in Tampa when we won this mentality, but yet you're hobbling on these crutches like y'all just won a Super Bowl. Like, bro, it's one game. I get it. You're happy you beat your former team, but it just reeks like
with Simeon at that.
Oh well, I mean, if you're a Bucs fan, the Bucs defense is trash and known for making backups look like Pro Bowlers. Like, I mean, that's the Bucs and Bucs defense, MO.
I mean, we the reason why old boy got a contract with the Giants.
Yes.
We the reason why Heineke.
I mean, look at the playoffs. I'm about to say, yeah, Heineke. Look at the playoffs last year against Washington.
You know, the Bucs are known for that, man. The Bucs are heavily known for birthing new quarterbacks across the NFL, and don't ask me why, man.
All I'm gonna say, hopefully, this is the game that the Bucs needed to get out of their system with, especially these penalties. And we know Tom Brady ain't gonna have 3 turnovers again, so I'm not worried about that. I am worried about these penalties, like, because again, they came at crucial moments. A lot of them, again, were on 3rd down. Defense has stopped the Saints, and you see a red flag, yellow flag.
How you feel about that with horse collar? How you feel about that?
Oh, half them calls.
It was BS. He grabbed him by the shoulder pad, and it wasn't horse collar at all. Everybody know it. Same thing with that
because horse collar is like this area, right?
And that rule actually changed because of T.O. when he broke his ankle. But another one, Brandon, what was it? I think when they scored a touchdown, but somebody was holding one of us. It was like a holding call they didn't call. It was a crucial holding call. What, on defense that they didn't call? It was something, man. They held one of our guys. Oh yeah, that first interception that Tom Brady threw. Somebody got held, and that's why Tom Brady threw that first interception because old boy got held. Okay, we kind of let Tom let that one go. But when he fumbled that ball, Tristan Wirth was over there on the right-hand side, and Tristan held up his end, but Tom Brady stood too close to Tristan and didn't slide over to the left, and that was his fault for not having enough awareness. And then the other one was when Tom Brady threw that interception towards the end, and he took blame for that too. But that first interception, that was a holding call. That horse collar call, that was a BS call too, because we stopped Jameis on that 3rd down, or either that 4th down, and then the one with William Golston when Antoine got the interception. I felt like we would have ended up walking away with the game.
That was momentum. That was momentum right there.
Yeah. We would have walked away with the game straight up. You know what I'm saying? And everybody know it. But they know those with the BS calls. I mean, I'm for the first time in a long time, I can definitely say that the Bucs probably got robbed out of this one. They did rob themselves due to lack of skill set, and we do know we are missing a lot of key pieces. But we also did get robbed because, like Brandon said, it was a momentum shift. Trey, what you think, man?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That first drive,
hold on, Trey, real quick.
Get this fool like this clown.
He must have didn't watch the play because there was nowhere around the neck that Devin White grabbed. He grabbed literally his back and pulled him down.
For real, bro.
That's why I was just gonna say that whole drive, like, was just it's like what they got to like maybe the 20 or the 15, just off straight penalties. Like it jumped, like they was already at the goal line. Then that's for the score, and it's just like, oh, it's gonna be one of them type of games. Like the refs hit and miss because
man,
y'all know certain calls. Like y'all, I mean, come on, y'all know how I feel. We ain't gonna talk about that, but certain calls they can make or break a game. Yeah, I'm not with none of them at all. So I'm with you. You say, yeah, we still got robbed on this joint. I ain't denying it at all.
But my thing, even with all that BS stuff going on, the Bucs still had the lead with less than 2 minutes left. And that's my problem. And we talked about how Devin White played in that first quarter, but when the game is on the line, I need Devin White and Levante David to show why they are the leaders on that defense. And that last drive.
Oh, he also got a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for talking over
I saw that.
Mark Ingram face, and I'm like, okay, can we talk trash or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know that Devin White usually don't get unsportsmanlike conduct. But I guess what he's understanding is, if you are in a heat of a moment game, if you're in a heat of a moment type game, he even said yesterday at the podium at the conference, he pretty much said that, I guess I need to, watch myself because I can get hype and not put my teammates in a bad situation. So
I blame that on coaching, though. And that's why Bruce Arians gets up here every Sunday. Oh, we got to stop penalties. That rule has been expressed and should have been practiced in the offseason and during preseason games. Like, this rule is not new. Yeah, the rule may be dumb, but they should know that you can't just look over a player. Like, if you want to taunt and stuff, you have to do that walking away. Like, you can't look over a player. It's dumb because you're right. As a player who is energized and just made a big stop, you do have that adrenaline, like and want to talk trash. It's part of the game, but the NFL is trying to close that. So that's one thing you gotta understand is do it away from the player. And so like half these penalties, it's just you got to blame coaching on that. I mean, again, if this was a one game and it was like, okay, the Bucs had a lot of penalties today, but when you're the second most penalized team in the NFL, that's just not acceptable. Yeah, but we can all agree that the officiating was dreadful yesterday. It was just terrible.
But seriously, what makes you take your helmet? He got his helmet ripped off or something like that. But what makes you elbow the quarterback in the back? Like what was that like? Like elbow the dude that snatched your helmet out. What the quarterback got to do with it?
So when I watched that, you're talking about what is his name?
William Golston.
William Golston. When I saw was that the helmet was like covering his eyes, so he thought the play was still going. So when the helmet got ripped off, I think his eyes was closed when he was going to make that tackle. So I don't think he knew that the ball had been thrown. This is funny, retired Brady. I knew someone was gonna comment that. Y'all are hilarious.
Of course they're gonna say that.
Retired Brady.
One game, a dog has 3 turnovers, and it's retired Brady. It's all good. Now, but and speaking of the Brady and quarterback sense, I do question why Kyle Trask has been on this DNP list for most of this season. I don't understand why he's not even dressing.
Hey, I just looked at that yesterday too, man. I didn't understand what you were talking about. Like I heard you, but I never saw it. But I am seeing that he's. I think what it is. I think he's sitting out because of his. I don't think it's that deep. I'm for real. I don't think it's that deep. But I think what's happening is I remember he suffered a leg injury in Florida when I was watching, and I think because he's already going to be a quarterback that's going to sit back and probably not going to play until year number 3 anyway, they just decided to put him on an inactive list. And, it is what it is. I guess, what would suck is the fact that if Tom Brady get hurt and then Blaine Gabbert get hurt in the game, then it's like, well, Kyle ain't here. But because he need to be there. But I do think that they are that's why they marking him as inactive. They marking him as inactive because of some injury that he dealt with back in Florida that's probably still kind of bothering with him today. And it's not that deep, though. It's not that deep. He say, why does Richard Sherman look, man, nobody wait, what?
Is Sherman still hurt?
Well, I mean, you gotta think about it, man. Rob Gronkowski, nobody really played except for Levante. I mean, I've been said that Rob Gronkowski need to sit out for like another 4 or 5 more games and hold himself. He knew he wasn't ready. He came back in probably like 2 plays. The ball was thrown to him 1 time, and he didn't come down with the ball. He didn't even really fight for it too much, to be honest. And then we had Richard Sherman. He was an active player. He was still listed as questionable. He was suited up, but I think he would have suited up if somebody got hurt. And
he's still on hamstring, right? Or something.
Yeah, hamstring. I still think he's a little sore, and I felt like Levante was still sore. I mean, he had anytime you got a sprain, an ankle, mild and or high, you gonna feel that bad boy for at least 2 weeks, 2 to 6 weeks. So I seen this ankle taped up too. So we just beat up all over. Rob Gronkowski do not need to come back until week number. In about like 4 weeks, I would say. That's what I would say. Let's preserve this guy, preserve Antonio Brown. Preserve these dudes, man, because we're gonna need these guys, man. And I knew for a fact that Bruce Arians shouldn't have told them boys to stay off until Wednesday. I told you that last week. I said, and I understand he's trying to preserve their bodies and stuff, but no, we're playing against the Saints. We didn't deserve to have Monday and Tuesday off and come back Wednesday. But hey, it is what it is.
But my thing is, again, but these are grown men. And if I have to tell you that this Saints game is important, you don't need to be in the league. Like, and that's when we was talking about last week.
They knew that game was important.
That's what we talked about last week. You knew the Saints because one, we already have a problem playing the Saints. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the gumbo and the jambalaya in New Orleans that they make, the spells that be casted in that Superdome. The Bucs, for some reason, when we play the Saints, is a tough divisional game, no matter what. So you already know that. You also know that this is Jameis' first start against his former team. So you know he's going to be hyped, and you know his teammates are going to be hyped because they want him to beat his old team. As a player on the other side, you have to know that. Like, how do you not know that? And for them to come out lethargic and slow like they did, it goes back to coaching because the Bucs have a problem starting slow, and we know that. But when the Bucs start fast,
it's live right now. He live right now.
When the Bucs start fast, they look so good, and that's why I had to get these Who Dat Nation fans off my Twitter feed yesterday because they were going crazy. I had tweeted out, the Bucs will see the Saints again when we have AB, Gronk, and CMB and SB and Carlton Davis back, and they got a little offended by that. And I'm like, bro, like we were down 2 starting corners, and the slot receiver who was the clutch receiver for these past couple weeks has been hurt. So, I mean,
I ain't gonna lie. Me and Spoke, when Winston went out, me and Spoke both said game over. I just knew like y'all was gonna just stomp all over.
Oh, I didn't.
The Rams.
Have you not seen the?
You lying.
Have you not seen the Bucs secondary, Trey?
So the Rams.
I'm saying.
Have you not?
Let's just be honest though. The Saints defense really saved them. Let's just put it out there.
But have you not seen the Bucs secondary? I don't know why y'all thought the game was going to be over. I didn't.
I mean, Seaman didn't have number 100-something yards.
Yeah, but that's with the Bucs secondary. You don't need that. Do you see the cushions the Bucs give them wide receivers? Like you throw short, like they, and that's I think Troy Aikman brought up in the broadcast. Say the Saints are the number 1 team for screens. That's all you had to do. Throw them screens, throw the short routes, and you win.
Well,
and that's exactly what they did. But they beat the Bucs over the top when it mattered. I forgot the receiver because I think he was like just got signed last week by the Saints and had that TD catch. So yeah,
I'm gonna say this, man.
But who was calling their game? Because somebody like before they play actually happened, somebody actually circled.
It was Troy Aikman and I forgot the broadcast team. I know Troy Aikman. I can't. The other name is slipping my mind. Aaron Andrews, Troy Aikman, their main broadcast team for Fox.
I think they literally called their interception like right before it happened. Like, I don't know if they was talking about the coverage or I don't know if they just felt like that's where Brady was finna go to, but like it was circle and then play go on, interception, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much game, but it's like that's crazy.
I mean, like I said, man, I'm gonna just say this. I ain't gonna touch too much on it, man.
I honestly don't know why the Bucs are not trading for a cornerback right now.
I mean, bro, I don't know why you over here trying to be all unsatisfied and jump. Like, let's stop talking jump, bro. Like these boys ain't hold it down the last 3-4 weeks. You still so we start losing. You want to start talking out the slack of your behind, bro.
I knew he was gonna get here.
I'm just saying though, bro.
I knew he was gonna get
losing, and you want to start talking out the crack of your behind. Like
here you go.
Like these boys ain't hold 14 under 21 points, bro. For real. Matter of fact, 17 points at that. And then as soon as man, can I talk? Don't start this crap, bro. So what I'm trying to say is, bro, give some credit when credit is due. You know what I'm saying? Where it's due. It's just one game. We actually did get robbed, and you know it. And let's not do this. I clearly said yesterday during my live, and I'm gonna go back and start cutting up my live so people can start understanding what I'm saying, because I be calling stuff early, bro. I clearly said that look, we can beat. We were gonna win that game had Jameis stayed in it, because we prepared for Jameis. All we knew, we were already ready to go for that. I felt like we would have came out on top regardless. But I felt like we were going to lose when that new quarterback came in. I felt like we were going to lose because, to be honest, I knew Sean Payton was going to go for broke and start putting all his pieces on the line and just lay them all on the table and just dump it all clean. Because at that point, when you lose your star quarterback, your starting quarterback, you're starting a quarterback now who you don't even expect or didn't even expect to even get in the game. Yeah, he knows the playbook, but this guy This guy's not somebody who we practice against, and God knows what the man was going to do with the football, and he clearly showed it. So with that being said, it is what it is. I felt like I was right. We lost. We would have won that game if James would have played. We lost it the way we lost it, but we also did get robbed, and it is what it is.
I can't believe.
Hold on, Hal.
I was about to agree with antisocial 504. I can't believe I'm about to agree. We said we ain't really played nobody, and that's the. I said it at the beginning of the season that the test for the Bucs was going to be the Saints and the Bills. I expected us after the Rams lost. I said we weren't going to lose again until we played the Bills, and it's the things where you talk about the secondary. The secondary has been a problem. So stop acting like stop. And I said when we started this podcast or for today that it was one game. The Bucs penalties beat them.
Bro, you ain't gonna satisfied, bro. It ain't gonna matter.
It's not a matter of hold on.
Do you know that top ranked defensive team they give up more than 21 points? You know that, right? No.
Why do they paint this narrative with this whole y'all like? I hate this. Like this.
Like it's just us.
Like, anybody can lose. Any given Sunday, anybody can lose. The playoffs is one game, then you go home. And if you win, you lucky enough to maybe get to the next round, and then the next round, and then the next round.
Defense is good. Defensive passing team. They give up passing yards.
You were talking. I stopped talking to let you finish. So can you?
Yeah. You cut me off, buddy.
Can you do that? But I stopped talking to let you finish. So you can stop talking now. Thank you.
But wait, hold on. Because you cut me off. I was finna say like, why is it that they trying to put the Cowboys over y'all? Like I'm not seriously seeing how they feel like the Cowboys gonna be in the Super Bowl.
So in the Cowboys' defense. And I watched the game last night. They won without Dak Prescott. Like, beat the Vikings, win into Minnesota. And I don't know if the Bucs would win without Tom Brady. As far as looking at the Bucs play now, I don't know if the offense will still run without Tom Brady. The Cowboys have won without Dak Prescott playing hurt. He was hurt. They've won without Ezekiel Elliott. Won. So I don't know if you take Tom Brady out of how this how the Bucs offense is designed to set up, if they would win in that manner. So that's probably why when you look at the ESPNs of the world, the Cowboys are back, especially with them winning last night. I think, people hype up the Cowboys every year to begin with, but since after the Bucs game this season, the Cowboys haven't taken that L. So it's like
I'm not impressed. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm impressed that they're going to the Super Bowl, but I do think they're better than previous seasons. I do think they have something going. Their defense is playing. We know Trayvon Diggs is an interception machine. I think they do have something going. Now, would I throw them in the Super Bowl? No, because Cowboys, they haven't really proven themselves. But what I was saying is that I think, Trey, you said it. You play who you play. That's true. But what I was saying is that the Bucs their secondary hadn't really been tested when it came to these high-powered offenses. And I wouldn't even call the Saints a high-powered offense. That's why I thought the real test was going to come against Buffalo. That's why I was like, the Bills, that's going to be a test for the defense. I didn't think
Buffalo.
I mean, they're playing good. You got Stephon Diggs, you got Josh. They're playing good. On the AFC, I know you probably Steelers and.
I'm just we beat them, so I ain't nothing a Bills fan can say to me. Not this season.
But yeah, so that was my thinking. The Bills gonna come in now. Have the Bucs defense play well? Of course. The front four, you take linebackers, especially Vita Vea on down to JPP. I think JPP has played a hell of a season, probably Pro Bowl season with that injury coming back. Made a lot of plays yesterday. The Bucs front is playing well. It's just that back, and again, it's injury. So I hate using that as an excuse because, again, you're an NFL team, as we've seen with many years of the Patriots. They got hurt, backups came in, and they still made it to the Super Bowl. So
the Bucs have this next man up mentality, bro. And
it is next man up mentality. But what I'm saying is that I'm looking at game by game. So for yesterday's game,
we got robbed, man.
What I wanted, we did. But at the end of the day, the Bucs were winning with less than 2 minutes left. That's what I'm saying is that the Bucs were still in a position to win and the defense didn't hold their part at the end. So that's what I'm saying.
29-27, right, before the interception.
Yeah, then a pick six. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm reading right here. Going back to saying the end of the day, the Brady lost a third string quarterback. Plus, that quarterback only had 1 TD. He don't play defense. He was a third string quarterback. That's
Brady didn't lose against a third string QB. The defense lost to the third string QB.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You see what you see? That's why I don't like talking football with certain people, bro. Like, why are you comparing the quarterback positions? They don't play each other.
Like, for real, bro. Like,
I mean, the only way you compare them is that Trevor Siemian had less turnovers than Tom Brady. Tom Brady had 3 turnovers. I mean, if you want to compare that, then yeah, you can compare turnovers between quarterbacks. But yeah, Tom Brady don't play defense.
Yeah, but like you said, that's a defense job then. They're comparing.
Yeah, for real. No, I get it. I get it, but that ain't it. That ain't it.
That ain't it.
But yeah, that's my take. I mean, it's one game. Again, I just hate losing to the Saints. Like, that's the one team in the division that if we lose to, you're gonna hear this all season. That's all they do. And I get it. You know, you beat the Super Bowl champs. I go back to that dancing video in the locker room last night. You beat the Super Bowl champs, but you know, last year they beat us twice in the regular season. When it mattered in the playoffs, they took the L. But one of the Saints fans told me yesterday on Twitter that was luck. They told me the Bucs were lucky to win. And that's when I stopped responding to them.
The playoff win last year? That was luck?
It was luck.
Oh, okay.
Hey, man, they can do whatever they want to do. They can dance however they want to dance. I actually, as a Bucs fan, thought that jump was funny when I saw Jamie with the crushes. I thought that was hilarious. I bust out.
That boy said.
I had tears in my eyes. I thought it was funny. Me and Rip were tearing it up on the phone. I laughed at that. I probably watched that jump about 15 times before I went to bed, for real.
I had to post it. I said, bro, this man is a damn
That's how funny it was to me. So people think that we got offended. I feel like true Bucs fans wasn't even offended. I just feel like, you know, we're gonna
it's been him.
We're gonna see what time it is when that postseason kick in. You know, they're trying to make it personal, and it is personal, but we know how to really truly take care of business. And it's like, y'all ain't got no Drew Brees this year. Y'all can do that jump now. So if y'all want to be the regular season champions, then go on here. You feel me? Go on and y'all can have that. But we want rings. You feel me? We want rings.
I'm not talking. Nobody didn't talk about regular season wins.
I will say though, the Bucs do have to beat the Saints in Tampa when they play again, because with this added game and the 17 games now, you do need to you want to win your division because that will help with seeding when because there's an extra game this year for playoffs. All that stuff matters. So the Bucs need to win the division. As much as we talk about regular season doesn't matter, the Bucs need to win the regular season. And this man is so funny. This Saints fan, Drew Brees held them back. Okay,
bro, that's what I'm trying to say.
Y'all wasn't saying that when the
who back the Saints? Y'all done got screwed the past couple of seasons anyway.
Hey man. With that being said, man, Bucs were over with. It's over. Well, today it is. Yeah, I don't know. It ain't nothing else to talk about, bro. We ain't playing no grave business. We ain't playing none of that.
Nah, so, I mean, I think adjustments again. It's a bye week for them. Everybody get healthy. The adjustments need to be, of course, defense. And I think on the offensive side, sometimes I question Byron Leftwich, and it's like, okay, or maybe it's Tom Brady switching the plays, but I think somebody mentioned it on the comments about the last drive. It was 140 left, and it seemed like Tom Brady was rushing these passes, which is how the pick six happened. So I don't know if it was what was going on, but sometimes the Bucs get away from what is working from them. Like Leonard Fournette running up the middle, like those short passes, it was working. Like those Chris Godwin slants and quick passes, it was working. So I don't know how that needs to be reworked or like what. And I guess
I ain't gonna lie, him. Look, I know y'all lost, but I mean y'all play calling compared to some of the shit we had going on yesterday. Trust me.
Hey, and who y'all played again? Because I know I had looked at the highlights. I was looking at the highlights and I cut it off.
Who we played against? Yeah. The Browns?
Yeah, I saw that.
It looked like we was picking up plays from a coloring book. I don't know what we had going on. So do not feel bad. Whatever Leftwich and them got going on, trust me.
Man.
It was clicking on all cylinders because
I'm waiting for the Bucs to take y'all head coach after Bruce Arians. Or
Oh,
either
yeah.
I'm waiting for Mike Tomlin to come on Tampa, man. We need him.
I mean, it'll be a homecoming.
Yeah, and definitely would. I think right after Bruce Arians, I think Mike Tomlin. We need to, hey man, I know that's your coach, but we got to figure out how to take your coach from y'all.
Nah, I think the Bucs are molding Byron Leftwich to be head coach.
Byron Leftwich, but man.
I mean, I don't see. I mean, unless it's just pure loyalty, I don't see. Like, if y'all finna throw that man in the bag. I mean, go
Todd
ahead.
Bowles our next head coach. No, he's not.
Bowles.
No, he's not.
Oh, you tweaking, dog. You ain't no Bucs fan.
No, he actually is a Bucs fan. He's a heavy Bucs fan.
It can't be with that talk.
Yeah, Todd Bowles ain't gonna be the next head coach.
They said Bowles.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
Now, Todd Bowles, we saw what happened when Todd Bowles was a head coach, and it wasn't good. It wasn't pretty in New York.
Man, you better off going to get Mark Jackson. Might say Bowles.
Nah, I don't think Todd Bowles. I don't think Todd Bowles, because as a head coach, you got to make adjustments quick, and that's the problem with Todd Bowles. Like, he doesn't. The adjustments don't come quick, which is what when he was head coach in New York, why they played so miserable, terrible.
So, B, what was the turning point, Spoke? You probably feel the same. What was, because I told you, B, me and Spoke felt like y'all was finna win. Once James went out, we was like, man, ain't probably no point watching this. But what was the turning point when you felt like, man, we finna lose this game?
Like, the penalties. The penalties in that first half, and just putting up 7 points in the first quarter. And again, I know the Bucs defense. It ain't just been this season, last season. It's been the Bucs defense since I've watched Tampa Bay Buccaneers football. Is that third string quarterbacks look like Hall of Famers when they play the Bucs defense. And you got it when you think of a coach like a Sean Payton. Sean Payton ain't backing down. That's why they went on it on fourth downs twice. Bruce Arians probably would have not went on fourth down twice, but Sean Payton is not backing down when it comes to coaching. So they didn't change their playbook. They ran the same plays. So I didn't. To me, it was in the first half. I was like, okay, it's going to be a long game. But then, you saw the Bucs offense finally clicking. Like, okay, yeah, second half.
Second half, what?
The Bucs make this run, and we look like the Bucs that we know of. The defense gets these stops, 3 and out, couple times. Bucs score again. You see, it's a 2-point. What was it? 2-point game. Then the Bucs score, take the lead, go for 2-point conversion failed. But it was like, okay, the hype is now the Bucs are up. But I still didn't think we had it put away, because at the end of the day, it's like, we know the defense, and I just still have not been sold that they were going to get a stop. And the Bucs MO is that we need a gap, like we need that cushion to win a game. So when the Saints scored, I thought we was going to win. You wouldn't have, if you would have told me the Bucs was going to lose on a pick six by Tom Brady, I wouldn't believe it. I thought they were going to go down and at least get in field goal range to try to win it. I did not think he was going to throw a pick six.
And that jump was perfect too. I'm telling you, it's like you see it. I'm like, because like I said, it was already circled. I'm like, dude, finna, like, no, ain't no way it's finna happen like that. And boom, interception. It's like, that's game. But I mean, honestly, you can never lead Tom Brady with too much time. But I think what was that 9-point lead? It was over.
But before that, the Bucs were only down by 2 points.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, they're gonna come back, get a field goal range. Because again, watching Bucs football, the Bucs offense can score like this. Like, it takes 2 seconds for the Bucs to score. And so I think she just mentioned it. Mike Evans open. Tom Brady said he made a mistake on that pick six. So, I mean, Tom Brady.
He was supposed to hit Evans?
Yeah, and Mike Evans was wide open. So, I mean, he admitted that he was throwing towards the wrong person. But, again, that's going to happen. No matter how great Tom Brady is, he's going to throw picks. We know that. We just never expect them when the game is on the line like that from Tom Brady. So, it is what it is, though. I thought this was going to be a different game against the Saints, and I clearly was wrong. It's something again. It's in that Superdome.
Like I said, I don't see y'all not making the Super Bowl. I'm just this Cowboy narrative. I really wish they would stop it. Like I said, Pac was alive the last time they won the Super Bowl. So
I'm not going to say the Bucs make the Super Bowl, and this is just me
this year
being realistic. Yeah, I'm not going to say the Bucs make the Super Bowl. Now, do I think they strongly can make the NFC Championship game? Yes. I think the Rams are a good team, which we lost to them already this year. I have to rehash that when I see all the Bucs, when the secondary comes back and see how the defense plays, we'll have to rehash the conversation because we know Gronk will be back. We know AB will be back. We know how the Bucs offense plays when everybody's on the field. They're unstoppable. I just need to see how the team as a unit gels after the injuries, and the Rams just got stronger too. So the Rams are a good team. And when you talk about on the AFC side, we know the Chiefs are not probably going to be back in that room. Surprisingly, the Cincinnati Bengals are playing like that. That's crazy to me. The Bengals are playing well. I haven't really watched them like that this season, but I know Jamar Chase is throwing up some good numbers. But yeah, I won't necessarily say Super Bowl, but do I think the Bucs will have a deep run? Yes.
So who you see y'all meeting in the NFC Championship?
The Rams.
The Rams.
And that, of course, depends on how the bracket works itself out. But I do think the Rams are a good team.
Spoke is over.
And I mean, and I'm looking now at the AFC standings. So the Titans are back at the top. So I mean, Titans are 6-2.
But Derrick Henry just went out with a foot injury. It's over with.
Yeah, I saw that.
So Titans can kiss that goodbye.
Yeah, so that may change them. I mean, in the AFC, I mean, the Titans are 6-2. You got the Ravens 5-2. Raiders are 5-2.
Come on.
Bills are 5-2.
Come on.
I mean, 4-3.
That's one game. That is literally one game, and Bills ain't worried about it.
Yeah, so I mean, and then when you look at the NFC, that loss really hurts the Bucs as far as standings because the Rams are 7-1, the Cardinals are 7-1. Now, talking about the Cardinals, I know the Cardinals are mad that they're not getting the respect that they deserve. Because once they were undefeated, I think the Cardinals will. I mean, Kyler Murray is a quarterback that can give it up. D-Hop is D-Hop. I just don't. They just haven't sold me yet on a deep run. So I mean, the NFC, you got the Cowboys 6-1, Cardinals 7-1, Rams 7-1, Packers 7-1, and then you got the Bucs at 6-2. So Packers ain't lost since the first. So I mean, everybody's on these streaks. So it's Packers.
Y'all stacked over there on the NFC. Y'all stacked.
So that's what I'm saying when I say me picking the Bucs going to the Super Bowl is hard because it's hard.
But if anybody, you say the Rams though. You see them.
The Rams and I give only because you have a Hall of Famer at quarterback for the Packers. I think the Packers have a chance no matter when with Aaron Rodgers back there playing.
Spoken over. Look, Mondays, trust me, Mondays is not, once you lose, Mondays is not what they need to be.
Hey, I'm not watching when the Bucs lose, I don't turn on NFL Network. I don't watch none of them for the whole week because I don't have time for because we pick them apart here on Monday, so I don't have time for the other folks who watch Bucs highlights to pick them apart instead of watching full games in and out. So
it's just the how you lose for me. Like if it's a tight one and they get the better of us, hey, I'm good with losing like fair and square or losing like, okay, that was a good game, we lost. But stupid play calling, I hate losing off stupid play calling. that is one thing where like don't come talking to me if like I said it's 4th and 20 and we finna throw a shotgun and no. Dumb play call. I'm not taking credit for no L with stupid play call. No way.
I just also hate losing to third string quarterback. If it was Drew Brees that beat us, okay, Hall of Famer. But to have Jameis go out and that sucked the win out of the Saints because they probably were like, dang it, we wanted to win this for like that moment that Jameis went out and for us not to take advantage. That's what is kind of irking me. And then I think the icing on the cake again was seeing that dancing locker room video. It just made me more frustrated.
Yeah, because if the life of the party wasn't going in, it showed return in. Because I'm like I said, we said it was over with when he went down. You already know what type of injury that is, so it's like, yeah, game over. Then it was game of the week, so it's like this is how we gonna start it, but
the Bucs will be fine. Again, I'm after bye week when these injuries and people come back, they'll be fine. It's hard to repeat in NFL, so that's why it's like the Chiefs did it last year, and that was something you don't see often. The only other person that has seen it often is the quarterback for the Bucs. So Tom Brady, has been back to back, but it's hard to repeat and go back to back Super Bowls. I'm satisfied with this one. Because I didn't think last year the Bucs were going to be able to gel that quick in a COVID year where they didn't have an offseason. I didn't think they were going to gel that quick, but they did. So, winning a Super Bowl, I'm happy with last season's results. We don't win one this year. I'm happy that the Bucs are relevant again. It's been some decades of disaster and laughing at the Bucs franchise that we've had. So to be relevant again, I'm cool with it. So,
I mean, they let the record show. I see y'all going. So, if y'all don't, it'll shock me. This is my take.
But yeah,
Spoke,
you all right over there?
Sure.
A loss is a loss. Just keep it moving.
I understand. You straight?
I'm good. I'm thankful. I don't, thankfully the Saints fans I know have not called. Well, they probably knew not to call me because.
Well, folks seen the video I put out, man. Look, if you didn't watch, man, don't come on my comments. Don't come in my live. Don't come in nothing. If you don't watch the whole game and start talking trash to me from the beginning to the end, don't come in my comments. I don't respect them type of fans.
I don't see Tampa beating the Rams or Green Bay. I don't. I don't. The Rams and Green Bay, of course, are going to be tough. I mean, you got two good quarterbacks on both teams, a Hall of Famer on one. Both have pretty good offenses. That's why the NFC is very stacked. But as we saw last year, when it mattered, the Bucs defense came to play. The Bucs got some big plays in Green Bay to beat the Packers in the NFC Championship game. So, I mean, I think, Trey, you said this earlier. On any given Sunday, especially in the playoffs, a team can win. You just got to have your A game for that week. So
you can have a Jacksonville or Detroit. Say, it's Cowboys week or it's y'all week. Bucs, bro, they gonna play with a different type of intensity to drop you off. Especially the closer you get to playoff. Oh, we got a chance to mess up y'all playoff chances. Oh yeah, we finna play y'all like it's they Super Bowl. So all this, they ain't played nobody. Bro, you're gonna get a different team depending on what kind of energy you bring, bro.
But that's what pisses me off about this game yesterday, because watching Devin White's press conference and somebody else, I think maybe Ndamukong Suh, they were like, yeah, we killed ourselves. We knew what game this was. Like, so if y'all knew what y'all were facing, that's what irks me, is that you knew the environment you were going in, and yet y'all made these dumb mistakes and penalties. Right. And it ain't new because they've all been on the team. Now, granted, last year was a COVID year, so the Superdome wasn't packed. So, they didn't get that fan feel of the Superdome. But, before that, though, when it was Jameis's last year, when it was Jameis's last year, when Jameis played for the Bucs, majority of those players on this, they knew how loud and the environment of the Superdome was. So you know all this stuff. Devin White is from Louisiana, played at LSU. Like Leonard Fournette played at LSU. So you know what New Orleans Saints football means to that city and the area, from Metairie all the way down to Kenner. To, like, you know what Saints football means to Baton Rouge. You know what Saints football means to that area, and yet y'all still come out lethargic and not ready to play. Like, that's what baffles me, is that, like you said, teams are going to give, especially being Super Bowl champions, you got to expect every week a team is going to give you their best shot because you're the Super Bowl champion. They want to be able to say, we beat the Super Bowl champs. You got to know that. And rarely, she just said the Saints aren't the best football team. That's the worst part. And again, that's what irks me, because I know the Saints were not the better team.
Hey, Spoke, can you get him in here? Because I'm still going back to this Bowles comment.
No, you can't. He ain't gonna come on. But man, we good, man.
Bowles is though.
We good, man. We're gonna go into the bye. We can take a little breather.
So, let me look at the schedule real quick.
We'll be out when we get back. When we get back on the scene. When we get back on the scene, we'll be greater than ever. But for right now,
so after the bye week, the Bucs are in Washington. So
yeah, we'll be all right. Like I say,
is that even worth a show? Because that's a dub.
Again,
but you see how we say it? You see how we just said that? Like,
but again, what we just said, teams gonna shoot for the Bucs. So now the Bucs should be on a 4-game winning streak. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So the Bucs play Washington, the Giants, the Colts, and the Falcons before they play the Bills. That should be 4 W's for the Bucs.
Off the rip.
It should be. Especially the Washington football team, the Giants. I mean, the Colts are playing good in spurts, but yeah. The only circle I give is the Falcons game. That game was in Atlanta. It's a division game, but I circle it because the Bucs cannot lose that game. We're already down 1 in the division. You can't be 0-2 in the division. So the Bucs have to win that game.
Because NFC right now, who's number 1? The Rams?
As far as in the conference, I think it's probably the Rams, Packers, Packers, Cardinals, because all 3 of them are 7-1.
Yes, it.
But as far as the NFC South, the Bucs are still number 1, only by, I think it's a half a game now that the Saints won. So y'all
technically in 4th place.
Yeah, because of the standings, I think. Yeah, because how the division works out. So we can't afford to lose another division game unless the Saints and Falcons and the Panthers lose again. But see, you got a Steelers fan on here, but yeah, no, I'm good.
What do you say?
I see there's another Steelers fan on here.
Why you dealing with sucking in head? Bro, these my guys right here, man. I ain't tripping.
Now, granted, once COVID is over, it ain't gonna never be over, but kind of gone. I would actually love when the Steelers are actually good. I would love when the Bucs play the Steelers in Pittsburgh. That would be a good game to go to because I always want the steel curtain, yellow towels.
But what do you mean good? Like, because the team, everybody worried about the Bills. We already dropped them off, so.
I knew that was going to strike a nerve, but if the Bucs ever play the Steelers in Pittsburgh, that would be a game I would definitely want to go to. Just that.
I want to say the next time we play y'all is going to be in Pittsburgh. I want to say that. I think. Matter of fact, let me see. Because
whenever that rotation is again.
I want to say the last time we played y'all was actually there.
Whenever the Bucs play the AFC North again, so whenever that rotation is.
I think we played y'all. No, the last time we played y'all was preseason in 2019, and we won by 2. So the next game probably be at y'all place.
Yeah. So I'm good.
Spoke ain't.
Y'all done?
We're 6-2. You know, at the end of the day, 6-2. So
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad.
Plenty of teams want to be 6-2. So
I actually got kind of sleepy too at the same time. So it is.
But we saw.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting. We'll come back and get this thing back going. Them boys would have won. I would have had a cup. I'm probably gonna go get one now. What time is it? Oh, it's 1:05.
It's almost 12.
Oh yeah. It's 1:05 over here. I can go get one now. Yeah, let me go get me a cup, man. Let me go get me a cup. It's about time. Yeah, it's about time.
Still, I think y'all man me the same. Good defense and run game. I mean, that's fine, bro. Because defense wins championships anyway, and we've been known for that. So the last time we had a high-powered offense was 2017, and like I said, they got our board now. So we couldn't get to the Super Bowl even with that offense. So what it tell you? It's all about the defense.
We'll get it figured out, y'all. We'll get it figured out. I know you'll get your Steelers figured out. The Bucs, I'm assuming they'll get figured out too. But okay, it said, oh wow, I just saw the report right here, y'all. Bleacher Report just posted Jameis Winston. We already knew, but it said breaking news: Jameis Winston has a torn ACL. He's out for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, I saw that. I also see people trying to get the Saints to hop on Cam Newton, but I don't.
No, that's not gonna work. They shouldn't. They
finna push that white boy. I'm telling you.
I mean,
now, I think, but I do think Sean Payton is smart to know he ain't gonna play the Bucs secondary every week, and Trevor Siemian is not the guy that's going to
definitely not the guy.
And so, yeah,
but they gonna make him the guy because they ain't finna get no black man. Winston was getting lucky, but.
And also, I mean, although he loves Taysom Hill, the reason why Jameis became the starter because I think he knew Taysom Hill wasn't that guy either. But when Taysom Hill comes back, I think I don't know, but I also think for the Saints too, the expectations to go deep in a playoff run is not there this year. So I don't know if you necessarily move, but if I'm the Saints, I would look at Cam just to see if he fits the mold of the team. Because, Cam gives you the mobile quarterback and he gives you someone who can throw. But
he also ain't no Jameis Winston either, and that's why it's not going to work. So let's stop talking about that crowd, to be honest. That's not going to work. I wouldn't be surprised if he do get, looked at, but, now we got to talk about what's going to be the future for Jameis as a Saint, and depend on who may take over in that role, in that system, and because anybody who can win with the Saints after Jameis, anybody, and they keep winning, they do actually better, or they stay on that track. He's still going to have to fight for a spot somehow a little bit, because now it's going to be like, dang. So I can pretty much see Jameis. I don't know. I don't see him coming back to the Saints trying to fight for no spot. I see him going to another team. So I think that's going to be talks as well. But we're going to see how the season turn out. So if the Saints don't do well, Jameis is definitely coming back. If the Saints do well, he's going to be fighting for a spot. So that's what it's going to be.
Push that white man. So is it a certain way if your leg bends, like it's just automatic torn? Because like you remember Bell went out 2 years in a row, like with that type of injury.
Yeah, it just depends. It depends, you know what I mean? It went, his leg went, this is your knee, his leg went that way, sideways. So, your knee turning sideways, you know what I'm saying, with a 240 something pound male grabbing you and slanging you down. Oh, you gonna feel that one.
Yeah, I think he knew it too. He was like,
so
he called for help, like it's over.
So yeah, man, we're about to go ahead and wrap it up, y'all. Yeah, man, that's just what it is. We won't be playing no grave diggers. Not today. Not today. That won't be happening. We just finna go ahead and just cut this joke off. So, in less than 5 seconds, y'all go ahead and tell everybody, you know what I'm saying, who y'all is and all that, because I'm gonna count down and just cut it off.
Well, I mean, we got Monday Night Football, y'all, so We give us something else to talk about for the week over with.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, I know me and Spoke be going. We might go live later on if it's a good game.
Yeah, man. Who played tonight?
No, I think it's a sorry game. I think was it Giants and somebody?
Oh, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see no Giants. I don't want to see them folks. So don't show me them.
Oh yeah, Giants and Chiefs.
I don't care about that at this point.
I need the Chiefs to do good though. Mahomes is my quarterback, and I need to get some kind of win this weekend.
Hey man, now if the Chiefs don't win this one, boy, oh my God, it's over.
They can hang it up.
It's really over. I mean, God, dog. But yeah, man. We're gone, man. It's your boy JB, aka Spoken, man. Like I said, we ain't playing no grave diggers. They ain't play like it. It is what it is, man. Brandon is a very unfortunate guy, ungrateful guy. Trey, he cool. You feel me? But Brandon, I don't know what to say about Brandon, man. Yeah, man.
Really?
Y'all need to reevaluate this guy.
What they find
because I speak facts on any given Sunday, Monday. Okay.
I don't know. It was ugly, man. It was looking good. It was
Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm about to roll out, man. Figure it out. It's over. It's over, bro. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are.